Hey everyone, I'd like to demo a tool that I built called Layers. Very simply, Layers is a web-based tool that allows anybody to quickly and easily create beautiful animated code snippets that they can share on social or use in their video editing projects. You can input your own code in the text box on the right here, and you can format the code based on a language dropdown. Right now I have Python typed in, but I do support JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. There is also the theme of the code editor. So for example, if I select one dark or Monokai, you can see that the color scheme of the code editor changes. So I'm going to choose Dracula. I'm going to leave the traffic lights, line numbers, and caret visible because I think that looks really good and engaging. Now I'm going to move to the View tab, which allows you to change the X, Y, and Z axis rotation of the code editor. So using these sliders, you can see that I can adjust the X axis, Y axis, and Z axis rotation of the code editor. I'm going to reset the view. I think what I want now is I'm going to add a little bit of rotation on the Y axis. Let's go the other way. Maybe I want to tilt it a little bit on the x-axis. Let's roll it slightly back towards the camera so it looks like it's leaning a little bit like a computer screen. And then I'm going to zoom in to make it look really dynamic. So once I have the view set up, I'm going to hit record. Now record has various options. I've defaulted them all to something that I think is the most usable. So the first option is animate on record. When this toggle is on, it essentially will animate the code line by line as soon as you hit the record button, which is very useful. You can change the speed and delay of this animation using the sliders here. And you can change the export resolution to either any one of these presets or a custom dimension. Now, something to keep in mind is the resolution. You can actually increase the resolution or the perceived resolution of the code and the code editor by changing the texture supersampling slider at the bottom. I've defaulted it to 1 because this will work best with most browsers and most users' machines. But if you do have something that's quite beefy and can handle a high resolution output, you can select this and change it all the way to 4, which will give you a really sharp, really crisp export. I'm going to leave it at 1. Now I hit record, and you can see that it starts to animate, and it will animate the window being dynamically sized to the code that's on screen. Now I think I have 17 lines of code. Once it finishes, I can hit stop, and immediately it will download an MP4 file with a fallback as a WebM file. You notice that the window of the code editor dynamically grows with the lines of code. Now that is an option that I have control over. In the Style tab, there's a sizing option that allows me to select between auto, which fits the content, or a fixed line count. So I know that I have 17 lines of code. I might want to fix the number of lines at 18, so just one above the last line of code, so that when I hit record and it starts animating, it will keep the code editor window fixed while the code is being animated. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record. And you can see exactly what I said. The code editor window remains fixed while the code is being typed out. So depending on your use case, depending on your personal taste and style and what you're going for, you have ultimate flexibility in how your code snippet looks and how the animation performs. So I'm going to hit stop. So that's it for the demo. I'd love to see what you guys think. This tool is free to use, and I plan to add features over time depending on what people find useful or what I think would be interesting additions. Thanks for watching.